Once upon a time, America had become a great nation. American imperialism brought jobs to China and more products and money for America. However, the Chinese natives did not agree with America and started to rebel, forcing America into a bloodshed. China had a strong military, a growing economy, and was becoming more and more useful for other countries. But America wasn't satisfied. They wanted more land, and they started to go around to other countries and they threatened to take over or stop sending supplies. But that didn't work too well in China. China was a strong and wealthy country, and they were offended when America came over. They were going to make sure America knew not to go against China. But America was smarter, and they had other countries on their side like Germany and Russia. A group of Chinese men called Boxers decided to join the fight in a rebellion, and the war was then known as the Boxer Rebellion.
Boxers are highly skilled fighters that attack Westerners, beginning with Christian missionaries. The Boxers were not in fact boxers, they were semi-religious peasant groups.
Zai was best known as one of the leaders for the Boxer Rebellion. Zai thought that he wanted to rebel against the Americans so he could make his people free, and to not be slaves under the more cunning, rich, and powerful Americans. Thus, he became one of the leaders of the Boxer Rebellion. Adna Ramanza Chaffee was the lieutenant general in the United States Army. He was instrumental in crushing the Boxer Rebellion in China. He wanted the Boxer Rebellion to cease, so he became the commander of the U.S. Army's China Relief Expedition. The Boxer Rebellion was also known as the Boxer Uprising. That was a popular peasant uprising in China, and they blamed the foreign people and the institution for the loss of the Chinese way of life. By late 1899, bands of Boxers were massacring Christian missionaries and Chinese Christians. By May 1900, the Boxer Rebellion had come out of the countryside and was being waged in the capital of Peking, which is now called Beijing. To help their fellow countrymen and to protect their interests in China, an international force of 2,100 American, British, Russian, French, Italian, and Japanese soldiers were sent to subdue the rebellion. The Taiwan Massacre was one of the bloodiest parts of the Boxer Rebellion. It took place on June 9, 1900 in Taiwan, Shaanxi Province, North China, when the governor of Shaanxi named Yuxian Pinyin or Yuxian Wade Gills ordered the killings of 45 Christian missionaries and of local church members, including children. On June 18, 1900, the Empress Dowager ordered all foreigners to be killed. Several foreign ministers and their families were killed before the international force could protect them. On August 14, 1900, the international force took Peking and subdued the rebellion. The Boxer Rebellion weakened the Qing dynasty's power and hastened the Republican Revolution of 1911 that overthrew the boy emperor and made China a republic. After the Boxer Rebellion was over, there were 250 missionaries killed, along with 18,722 Chinese Christians. Back during the Boxer Rebellion, there were numerous wars during the early 1900s, but now most of China is in peace with other nations. This tells us that most of China's problems have been resolved, and it is now a more peaceful and humble nation. We could all learn from this someday whenever we run into trouble with our nation someday in the future, maybe even sooner than we think.